For some first-person video game players, it's an art form, a means of separating themselves from the regular FPS player and ascend amongst the elite. Today, we're going to be talking about an unusual technique, one that defined an era of video games and shaped the way people look and play FPS games to this day. This is the story of trickshotting. If you don't live under a rock, you probably know what trickshotting is, but for those who do, trickshotting was a method of playing a first-person shooter game, but instead of playing the game the way it was intended, players would instead perform spins, no-scopes, swaps, and any other inputs to make their clips and final kill cams look as impressive and as crazy as possible. These types of kills were also extremely hard to perform and usually rarely happened, but when they did, they were often celebrated heavily.
Oh! Oh! Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Oh my god! Oh my...
Trickshotting was prevalent in early first-person shooter games, but wouldn't reach extreme heights in popularity until one game changed the history of trickshotting forever. And on November 10th, 2009, Call of Duty would release one of the greatest Call of Duty games of all time, Modern Warfare 2. And once trickshotters got a hold of their new copies of Modern Warfare 2 for Christmas, they went right to work, and it wouldn't take long for Modern Warfare 2 trickshots to start reaching the surface of YouTube and any other site the community would upload to. These bizarre clips with insane reactions would consistently go viral.
Oh! Oh my god! Oh! Oh my fucking god! Oh! Oh! No! Get the camera! Money! Money! Oh my god!
And as more and more players witnessed these unknown trick shots, the more the community would grow. And with this early rise of trickshotting, there was one group that would further revolutionize trickshotting and launch its popularity into the stratosphere. In May 2010, a small group of Call of Duty players would group together. Eric aka Clips, Jeff aka Timid, and Ben aka Resistance would create the now famous FaZe Sniping Clan. The trio quickly began to gain respect and recognition within the trickshotting community, and with this growth, they started to expand their roster. With more players joining the FaZe Clan roster, more and more Call of Duty content was able to be uploaded, with a majority of the videos at the time being trickshotting and sniping montages. Instead of focusing on the competitive scene, FaZe Clan instead put most of their time in social media and posting content, and by doing so, they gained an enormous following and blew most other Call of Duty channels out of the water. FaZe Clan would be one of the main reasons for the further popularization of trickshots, and would help the trickshotting community become one of the biggest gaming communities on YouTube. At this point, hundreds of channels just posted trickshotting content and gained huge success. And even crazier was some players would even be able to make a living being Call of Duty trickshotters. But like all great things, it must come to an end. And with the release of the new generation consoles, the PS4 and the Xbox One, the controversial in-game chats would be replaced for a private party voice chat, essentially eliminating any reactions a player would receive after hitting an insanely hard trickshot. And with these silent lobbies and the eventual decline of the Call of Duty series as a whole, trickshotting started to fade away, and clans that once revolutionized trickshotting would primarily focus on other styles of content like vlogging. This new type of media would become a new popular style on YouTube, and the new vlogging category would leave trickshotting in the dust. Newer Call of Duty releases would also remove the final kill cam feature and remove another huge part of trickshotting, adding another wound to the already bleeding trickshotting community. And with the years to come, trickshotting would fade into obscurity, and real-world content would now be the primary focus of not just gaming channels, but what seemed to be every YouTube channel at the time. And in 2022, trickshotting has mostly come to an end, with only a few channels still posting montages to this day, and although players continue to post game montages and trickshots, when you compare it to the size it once was, the popularity has severely declined, and the golden era that was trickshotting has come to an end. Trickshotting is an example of what makes video games interesting. When someone plays a game the way it isn't intended, they uncover certain techniques and features that can add another dimension to the way a game can be played. And sometimes, these unique techniques can revolutionize an entire era of video game history. And although it has fallen from the heights it once reached, trickshotting will always have a special place in video game history. Players will still remember the glory of the old days, and the artists that created the masterpieces that were and are trickshots. Consider subscribing and leaving a like. Don't forget to turn on notifications to be notified of our future uploads. This has been Game Files. See you in the next video. Peace out or something.